Had this business for over 12 years, over $100,000 in sales every year. What did I have to do to maintain the business? Well, almost nothing in my mind, and that's pretty much what I did. I mean, I was in the hospital every day. I'm thinking, you know, I'm here. If there's a problem with the set, I'm here doing hips and knees. The customer will call me. They'll tell me about it. And usually, once in a while, they'd say, hey, Mace, you know, the surgeons are complaining the reamer's dull. I'd go in and I'd sell them a new reamer. They should have called you. I could have saved some money. I'd sell them a new reamer. I would address the problem with the set when they told me about it. But I wasn't proactively going in there looking for the problem. And here's where, that's being complacent. Here's where I got to be a little arrogant. Every now and then I'd see one of my competitors, a company that specialized in hip screws, I'd see him doing a case in the OR, and I'd say, the surgeons, they're throwing Perry a bone. That's kind of nice. He'll come in, he'll do a case or two, but he'll be out. They'll keep using my set because it's on the shelf. I wasn't worried about it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's arrogance. Well, one day I'm walking in to do a hip, and I walk by room 4, and as I'm walking by, I look and I see that Perry's hip screw set is in the operating room. And I knew that the surgeon, Dr. Jeffers, that I'm doing a hip with, he's going into this room to do it. So I put on my mask. I said, yes, Susan, isn't Dr. Jeffers doing the hip fracture in here following his hip? Yeah, he uses my set. He doesn't use this set. She said, no, this is the only set we have. I go, no, you're confused. My set is the one on the shelf, not this one. She says, Mace, we converted your set out last week. I go, what are you talking about? She says, I don't know, talk to Joe, the orthopedic coordinator. I said, Joe, what happened? How could you not tell me? He said, Mace, the surgeons were always complaining about the set. They were always complaining it was dull. You know, Perry offered to give them a new set. You know, they voted for it. I had to do it. So I'm mad at Joe. I went to see my surgeon friends. And I'm saying, guys, you know, how could you do this? I mean, I got to get the set back in there. They said, Mace, listen, we know that you sell hips and knees. That's what you like to do. You've never come in here and made trolls about trauma. You've never talked to us about trauma. We figured we're doing you a favor. We didn't want to inconvenience you. Man, I'm telling you, it was really inconvenient depositing those checks every week. $100,000 a year, gone. Why? Because I became complacent, and then I became arrogant. I thought that I was bulletproof. The business was gone. Now, funny thing when the business is gone, we think, well, I'll just go and get it back. Just go and get it back. You know, I found out, that's like in a relationship when you break up with somebody and they meet somebody else and they get married, and while they're on their honeymoon, you call them up and say, hey, I was wondering if you want to go out with me. It's not going to happen. But the funny thing is that once we lose business, we will do all the things to try and get it back that if we would have done them proactively, we never would have lost the business. Isn't that true?